Hello friends, and welcome back to Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Now it is time for us to continue our adventure in the Cipher Key Lair after we had one minor diversion from Mire B. But that is something I was hoping would happen because there are a few more Shadow Pokemon that have escaped, and I do need Mire B to make more appearances. But while that's going on, we can continue the adventure in the Key Lair. And these two are still asleep. That sleep powder must have been pretty effective. Alright, well, we were making our way through here pretty quickly, so shouldn't have too much longer to work through. So I think it was... Oh yeah, it was this way. How quickly I forget. But yeah, we've got two Shadow Pokemon currently on the loose, so I have to have Mirby appear 2 more times, at the very least. Hopefully it won't be much more than that, because it does take some time for Mire B to spawn in the overworld for me to get a battle. Especially so, some of those times can be Mire B appearing in a Coliseum, so I have to do a Coliseum gauntlet. It can be kind of annoying. Okay, so this is where I was, so let's keep going. Ooh, almost. Okay. Ooh, I see a shiny. I must get the shiny. So let's see, what do I have to work with here? It's like just a regular hallway, so I have to go around. Ah, ambush! You get on my nerves the way you scurry around. Well, it's the only way I can get around your lair. Cleto. Absol Smeargle. Well, none of those are specifically Kanto Pokemon, so I don't think any of those are Shadow. Alright, what can I do? Thunder Wave you. Let's take out the Smeargle. Well, now I don't get to see what the moveset is, because that was a very clear one-shot. But thankfully, like, the whole gimmick with Smeargle is getting moves, but statistically, not the strongest. Also, not teaching Double Edge, because, well, it's a good physical move, and I'm sure that would give some punch. It does not do well on Togetic when offenses are minimal. Oh, there's traction. And there's paralysis. Well, that keeps Absol down for a bit. So, I say... we tag team the Donphan. Get out of here! I guess I'll be laying a bit of a hit on whatever comes in next. Maybe it's a Shadow? Considering it's a Cipher Peon on the intended pathway through here, I would think this would be a Shadow. Or not yet. Okay. Oh well, the Ampharos has taken a hit. Not a terrible hit, and I got confusion just in case. Oh, got through both. And got a crit. My goodness. Alright, well, let's do this. Helping Hand time. So I believe there'll be 50% more damage inflicted. Considering Ampharos has a little bit of bulk behind it, I can work with that. Paralysis, though. Ugh. Oh, no Shadow Pokemon on this Cipher Peon. Just a strong set of Pokemon. Alright. Well, let's hope this works. If not, I'll switch Rena out. Although I did just think, that would have been another situation where Body Slam would have been better than Thunderbolt. But considering my offenses are equal, this won't be the end of the world. Thunderbolt! Ah, so close. You're paralyzed. Okay. Let's just do that and that. What are those moves? Constrict and Wrap. Like, you better have a good water move on that moveset somewhere, or else I think there's a problem with your Tentacruel. I got a good hit on the Absol, though. I will take it. Okay. And good experience, too. I definitely need that. Like, even for the next little bit, I'm still dealing with Pokemon that are going to be in the lower 30s. Like, even when I get to the next area, which, spoiler alert, is the final area of the game, I'll still have some mid-30s Pokemon at the beginning, but then it will slowly but surely increase into the 40s. That's when it's going to get super frustratingly difficult for this team. So I will take all the experience I can get. Let's let the Gold and Silver duo go for a bit. So we just have to go through their offices here. Do you see anything important? The man in charge, Mr. Gorrigan, is on the top floor of this factory. Are you an acquaintance of Mr. Gorrigan? Yeah, I can say we've met. Oh, busy, busy, busy. I had to put in overtime every day. Unbelievable. It's terrible for my complexion. HP up. Okay, I haven't really used those throughout the entire playthrough. Oh, ambush. Nobody called, but here I am. Ta-da! Flippus. Alright, Chimecho and Kecleon. Well, did someone say Signal Beam target? Actually, I could really mess up that Kecleon's day. First we go for a fast Psybeam, and then we go for a Signal Beam. Beam! Safeguard, that does not bother me in the slightest. I'll have you defeated before it would even matter. Signal Beam! Alright, what's next? Noctowl, okay. Okay, this will be a little bit more frustrating, but I can manage. They're strong enough. And there's another crit! Wow! Does my Ledyon have, like, super luck or something? Because I swear I've seen Aerial Ace crit just as many times as it hasn't crit. Maybe I do have some lucky stars guiding Ledyon or something? I have no idea. But that Chimecho is gone. Alright, in comes Mightyena. Okay, still in no shadows. It's been a hot minute since I've seen some. Well, there's probably going to be at least one or two more. Okay, so Aerial Ace there, and I'm sure Signal Beam will take this Mightyena out, despite having been intimidated. Oh! Okay, I see how it is. Well, that means you're gonna have to come up afterwards, and then you'll take the Signal Beam to the face. Incoming! Not even Intimidate could save you. I lost. I'm in shock! Alright. Keep moving. We'll see another ambush right there. No, no, you're not allowed to go any further. Cipher Key on Targ. Yeah, Ninetales jump bluff. Okay, that's a sunny day setup if I've ever seen one. Thank goodness the ability of Drought is not omnipresent on a lot of fire Pokemon in this generation. Alright, so we will go Aerial Ace on you. And we'll just go Signal Beam on the Ninetales, why not? Critical hit? No, but that's still good enough. Oh, I thought I dodged it for a second. That's one of the little visual cues that I go for in games. I check to see if it is like a hit or a miss. It's more of a... it's like a timing between how long it takes for the text box to come up to say, Pokemon has used this move, and the Pokemon actually going for the move. And I feel like there's just a tiny delay from when the move would start the animation versus when they're like, oh, wait a second, this move missed, we have to do a different thing. Like, you see it quite often whenever you are like hit with accuracy lowering moves or just using an inaccurate move to begin with. But in situations like that, it can it can be noticed. It's very faint. You have to have seen it plenty of times, but it is noticeable. Okay, well, Azumarill is defensive, so I have expected that. Okay, Ninetales is out. Level up. That's good. Swift? No. Alright. Tangela! That's a Kanto Pokemon! That, to me, screams Shadow? There we go. Now I gotta try to capture something. Oh, and there's still the Leech Seed, too. I think I'm gonna have to switch. So we will switch. Raven. And meanwhile, we'll go for you. And I totally just used the wrong Pokemon to switch in. Whoops! Oh no, I'm getting raved. But let's let this be a stronger hit on the Azumarill. Oh, so close. Oh no, rollout, no! I got hit by a few high-powered rollouts during my training grind. It wasn't fun. I especially have a small hatred towards Wailmer right now because there were a few times that Wailmer, of all things, completely decimated me with, like, full-powered Water Spout, which, for anyone who doesn't know, it and its counterpart Eruption have the similar mechanic. It's a base 150 move, but the move gets... Oh, you're protected by Safeguard. But the move gets weaker if your HP is low. So, like, whatever percentage of your health that you have left is applied to the move's base power, and that becomes the actual power of the move that gets used. Another positive is it hits both Pokemon on the opposing side, so it's an incredibly powerful move, you just have to keep yourself alive. The problem was, it was, because my Pokemon were so underleveled, it was faster than me. So then it's firing off base 150 powered Water Spouts that my team couldn't resist, and flat out KOing my Pokemon left, right, and center. Oh, Butterfree! And then to also top that off, I had Wailmer's using Rollout on me, and I'm thinking, oh, sure, I can resist a few hits. And then when it got to the... oh, wow, that was actually really powerful. When it got to the, like, 4th and 5th hits and thinking, oh, I'm going to get this Whalmer, no problem, it ends up knocking me out so quickly that I'm like, oh, wait a second, I can't actually do anything! Okay, well, the safeguard is down. I've got to start applying a few statuses. So, Great Ball. Let's try for this Tangela here. We'll see what we get. Hey! I appreciate that one. That means the Thunder Wave goes on the Butterfree. Incoming Butterfree. Okay. Well, I think a Water Pulse would do good now. Let's try for another Great Ball. It's gotta work, right? Let's see. 2, 3, and we got a catch! 2 more to the collection. Cipher Peon Targ. That's like a name for a generic alien in a sci-fi movie or something. Just, I am Targ. Okay, well, I can still do a little work. I saw a shiny. We achieved a technological breakthrough for transforming many Pokemon into Shadow Pokemon at the same time, unlike the old slow way. That's how we managed to deal with all the Pokemon from the SS Libra in this short time. We can keep doing it, too. If anyone tries to meddle with our fantastic plan, this is what happens! Geez, for a brief second, I thought you were just a regular old scientist wanting to brag about your technological marvels. Alright, Ariados and Girafarig. Hey, I've got my own Ariados! And it's just about fainted. Well, thankfully, I should be fast enough to do something. At least I know I'd be faster than the opponent's Ariados. The Girafarig's a different story. Am I gonna bite it? Ah! Ariados gets a hit. Go, Janine! Signal Beam! Take out the Girafarig. Okay, and 42. Got a nice level before I probably will bite the dust here. Oh no, Constrict! All it did was take away the health I gained from doing that. Okay. I mean, Psychic's super effective, but Signal Beam's neutral, and I'm fairly certain Vileplume has more special defense than physical defense. And Stantler. Oh great, now you're going to Intimidate, right? Yeah. Well, then this Vileplume was probably going to take a lot less damage. But still a good hit. Oh, please tell me my Janine will live. They just can't kill this bug. Oh, this is funny. Alright. Well, I'm intimidated, so I think I'm just gonna go for psychic moves. When they eventually knock Janine out, that's when Mawile can come in and just break the Stantler. Oh, he's still got a Granville, too. Oh my. They're definitely packing more Pokemon now. I was kind of hoping it would go the other way just to keep Janine in for another turn. But I have bypassed the Intimidates, so now it's time to chop some normals. And also give an Intimidate on their end. Alright, well, I'll do a little health drain on the Grand Bull at the very least. So glad I got Giga Drain. Oh my goodness, why? Why must Flynn always be the one to take those hits? That's what you get. Critical hit, Brick Break. Alright. Tackle. Like, I know there are some early Pokemon, like Gen 1, Gen 2, where Tackle is within, and I'm talking evolved Pokemon specifically, but Tackle is one of their first 4 moves, or some variant thereof. But to see that on a Pokemon that could very clearly have other moves attached to it, that's just a case of train your Pokemon better. But that does take care of the scientist. And that does give me an incentive to go back down and get a heal in. Kazooks! Zook! If you want to summon Zook, you just go Zook! Joining Shadow Pokemon we made have already been transported out. I've also heard that Cipher HQ has completed final tuning of XD001, the ultimate Shadow Pokemon. Looks like you just got here a little bit late. Oh, and there was an ambush too. I wasn't even expecting that. Oh, this guy. We already know the name. So it's you, is it? The one who's causing a 14% loss in manufacturing productivity? Ah, you're the kid that dropped in on us at the SS Libra. I see now. You know far too much more about Cipher than you need to know. If nothing's done about you, there's a 98% likelihood that this factory and the Shadow Pokemon plan will be endangered. In that event, the danger to Cipher goes up a whopping 54%. That's critically bad news. I suppose we'll have to coax you into giving up the chase right here. I'll just say, I predict a 100% chance of you getting absolutely destroyed. Ah yes, Shedinja and Wobbuffet. 2 Pokemon that are fun to play around when you've got the right setup. Alright, so we'll do an Aerial Ace there, and I will Thunder Wave whatever comes in after that. Shedinja, a Pokemon that can be... pardon me there. A Pokemon that can be terrible or the best. It all depends on the situation, and there's a Vibrava. Well, not every plan is perfect. Alright, how do I go about this? We will Psybeam the Vibrava. I'm actually trapped because of Wobbuffet's Shadow Tag, so I can't do a thing about that. Well, you are a ground type, so this would be a neutral hit. It's fun to think about with Togetic and the whole journey to get it to high enough friendship to evolve. Because like the game goes out of its way to do everything to incentivize you to trade that Togepi to Hordle and the Outskirts stand. And yet, it's not that you have to, it's that you can choose not to. And, like, you have to put in a heck of a lot of work for it. Like, I'm almost certain when I did it once ages ago for a more complete profile of this game, I traded the Togepi to a different game to evolve it, to trade it back, because I didn't want to go through the process of friendship in this game. But doing it in this game feels almost like an accomplishment. Oh, another Kanto Pokemon? Shadow Magneton, okay. And luckily the Wobbuffet will do nothing except annoy me. Well, at least you have moves that came from Wynot. Okay, well, I'm forced into Helping Hand, which is fine. I mean, if you knock one of my Pokemon out, Magneton, then I get a good switch into something that helps me out. Oh, time to rave! Oof, that was close. Alright, let's keep up... Well, actually, we'll set up a light screen just in case, but I'm going to try a Great Ball Capture. Why not? I'm trapped in Encore for a little bit, and unless it tells me that it wears off, I don't know when it will. So, use a few turns, at the very least. Try to catch. And that avoids the problem! I love when you can just throw Pokeballs at your problems. So now the fun part. Can we get around this Wobbuffet? Okay, well, it's gonna be aerial aces for days. But I'm fine with that. Critical hit? Ah, Wobbuffets have way too much health. I mean, that's Wobbuffet's whole point, but you have a lot of health. Oh well, at least Togetic gets to have a little fun dancing. Yep. Okay, so whoever knocks the Wobbuffet out is going to... Oh, it does say when the Encore ends. Okay. Yeah, I could have a little fun with this at the very least. Because Destiny Bond is not a decreased priority move like Counter and Mirror Coat, so it will naturally play to Wobbuffet's speed, which is somewhat slow. So now the Destiny Bond wears off. And that means I can safely attack the Wobbuffet. Oh, hey, there's the crit! Okay! Oh, almost. But there's the level. Alright, we're doing good. We're doing very good. We're making some good headway here. We are almost at the top. But my calculations are all out of whack. Mine aren't. I said a 100% chance of victory, and I meant it. Okay, we do need that, though. I do remember what we use it for. But I do need to make my way back to a healing machine. Because my Pokemon have taken a few hits, and I want to be healed. Thankfully, the doors and stairways are very open. And getting back to the machine is no problem. I'll take my free healing from my Pokemon Center brand Pokemon healing machine. There we go. Now, what are my levels at? Oh, we have a few Pokemon that are still at 41. That breaks the evenness of the levels. These two are the next frontliners. I will say, though, the tune that's playing in the background right now, like, it's not what I'd call, like, a serious musical tune. It's definitely more like an ambience kind of deal, but it fits. I do like it. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and I'll add this musical tune to the list. Anyways, we got some walkers around here. Yes, someone blocking the way to the top. There's a door there. Okay, well, I'll battle this random trainer over here, I guess. I'm impressed that you got here. I'll have to make you feel welcome. Cipher Peon Fuddler. It's been a while since I said it, but the names. Okay, well, since you're an optional, I'm guessing there won't be any shadow Pokemon. Well, a double Intimidate on their side's always fun. Alright. Well, Brick Break would be the most effective there. See what I get. As long as they don't randomly start pulling out Earthquake, I'm fine. Oh, good hit on a defensive. Dodge, and don't matter. That's another thing with that move that it and its counterpart Water Sport just make me go, how could this have been so interesting yet so bad? Because what it'll do is it'll apply a status to the user, which says, like, the fields will be, electricity's power will be weakened 50%, or fire's power will be weakened 50%. But it's applied to the user. Typically, the user of Mud Sport is a ground Pokemon, so that move is wasted in singles. It's more meant to be a doubles move, which I can understand. But there are so few cases where I could see that actually being practical. Like, Water Sport has more utility singles-wise, because typically it's water Pokemon that learn it. And that's just a way of, like, looking at a fire Pokemon and spitting in their face. It's like, haha, your fire power is even weaker against us. But it's still meant to be a doubles tactic. And very rarely is that the case. Because, like, I could see it here. If the Mantine was in next to the Golem, then the Golem could use Mud Sport, and that would be practical for protecting the Mantine. But it's not like they do anything that really takes advantage of it in games where it's like you're going through against all computer players. Okay, that helps. You got Guts, though, so I think that might be a problem. But not bad. I got a hit on the Mantine. Alright, so you're only at +1 speed now. Okay, I won't have to worry about Guts boosting attack if all you're doing is Seismic Toss. Okay. So I guess I can do the same thing as I did last turn. You know, it's at times like these that I'm glad I've got something that can wall a lot of attacks, and that being the steel type of Mawile. And bye-bye Mantine. There, Crobat. Okay. Oh, hey, look, that's another example of Mud Sport being effective. Another Pokemon that could easily fall to electric moves. Okay, so, hey, if your team's built around it, I can see Mud Sport and Water Sport having their uses. They're just not a lot of them. Alright, so we'll double focus the Crobat, as the Machoke is going to fall by the end of the turn. We'll let the damage be a little more practical. Ah, there we go. So that's going back to my one point about there being just a tiny bit of delay after you use the move and the game has to decide, oh, wait a second, it missed. Usually that's either like the camera stopping or a character's animation just not continuing after a point. Alright. But in all fairness, I would love either Rock Slide or Rock Move with 100% accuracy. Alright, but we took care of the Crobat. That's good. Cipher Peon Fuddler. Some welcoming party this is. Turned into my going away party. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. Okay, so as we saw over here, there's a stairway going up with someone guarding it. Above here is the factory's all-important control machine. I can't let you pass, even if it takes inches off my chest. Cipher Peon Angic. go Golduck and Hitmontop, and I see another Kanto Pokemon there. If I remember, that is a Shadow Golduck. There's going to be so many Intimidates going on here. Or maybe I'm wrong? Oh, not this one then. To borrow a phrase from Snidel, I'm 90% certain there's a Shadow Golduck that comes much later, but I must have confused it for now. Okay, so we're gonna go that, and we're just gonna try to see what a Poison Fang can do, because I think Pochi's about to bite it. Literally! Hey, bad poison! And again, they're using low power moves. Alright, time to burn! Okay. Now, best plan of attack. I'd say keep the flamethrower going. You know what? I'm just gonna bite the Hitmontop. Pochi likes to bite things, so bite! Now see, that's a better move than Scratch. Now, burn! Alright, just enough. Here comes Hariyama. Oh, there was... Seeing the Hariyama here, there was one fight that definitely showed off my team's weakness to fighting moves that I had to deal with. And it was one of those well-built teams as well. So there's a move in the game called Imprison. And when you use it, it checks the opposing side's Pokemon. And if it has any moves on their movesets that you also have on yours, it seals the opponent's moves. So it's like a permanent disable applied to them, and you're the one that the effect is on. So the trainer was using a bunch of fighting Pokemon, Hariyama being the lead, and the Misdreavus, who was the partner, with Imprison, had Psychic and Aerial Ace. And those weren't just like choice moves. Those like for Misdreavus to use for offense. It was more specific to if the opponent had Psychic or Aerial Ace on their movesets, it would seal those moves. And in addition, that Misdreavus had Protect, so it would also seal Protect, which is a very common double battle staple. So it was really hard for me to get any offense going against these fighting types when they were just throwing Brick Breaks and Rock Slides at me and basically saying, your team cannot take a punch. I think that's the Shadow. That is the Shadow. Okay. Venomoth it is. Poison is slowly taking you out. Meanwhile, I keep healing. Leftovers is good. Okay. I'm gonna try to land a Sing. And I'm gonna try a full health Great Ball. We'll see what happens. I've been lucky. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Ha-ha! Venomoth got for full health catch. Oh, yep, another Kanto Pokemon. I think this is another Shadow. Yep, Shadow Weepinbell. And now that has a chance to fall asleep. You've had all this time to knock Pochi out, and you haven't used any good moves. At this rate, I'll just let the poison take you out. Like, you're not a threat. Now, I think I'm actually going to let a bite go through on this Weepinbell. Good hit. And I'm still alive. Hey, we got the sing-off. Nice. Won the coin flip. There we go. Yeah, another staple move for stall teams, Toxic. That's another move I would be unable to get for my team, because I was thinking, if I've got a stall Pokemon, Toxic would be really good, just in case. Actually, I'm just thinking. No, considering this is in-game, I very rarely deal with setup. If it was a different story, I would definitely be doing something like Taunt. Because I recognize that Taunt is a good move, just not in the context of this game. In-game, I should say. Get to any other serious fights, like the later Colosseums, yeah, definitely consider something like Taunt. It's a good move. Sleep and half health, I had much more confidence in that one. But we got Venomoth, and we got Weepin' Bell. Have you beaten chest muscle size? Now run away. Okay, so you're gone. I have one more fight up here at the looks, so we'll bring in some powerhouses. See how well this goes. Actually, I should just put a potion on Pochi here, just to let you have a little extra health. You never know. Okay, now all there's left to do is adjust the voltage. Let me see, where's the system lever? Huh? Whoops, I left it on my desk. Oh, that's not smart. Oh, hey, that's my system lever. You went and got it for me. Thank you. Wait, who are you anyway? You don't belong here. Darn it, the voltage goes up even a little, the computer controlling the whole facility will shut down. And, oh my gosh, if that were to happen, the Shadow Pokemon production software could be destroyed. I can't let you lay one finger on this control machine. Oh, thank you for telling me everything I needed to know about this. Let me defeat you here real quick as thanks. Alright, well there's something that a Thunderbolt can take care of, no problem. Alright, let's do... Oh, I can attract the Grumpig. At least get Grumpig a little stalled. Nice! Love the power of Thunderbolt. Camerupt. Ooh, that's a water pulse target if I've ever seen one. Hello, Psywave. Fair hit. Yeah, for a second I thought Grumpig had Oblivious, so I just wanted to be careful. Alright, well that is a definite water pulse target, and that is a definite I'm gonna body slam you target. Aha! Traction! It's a good status. It's funny, I know... Oh, nice one-shot! I like that. I know Attraction is a 50-50 to whether or not it can attack, but I'm fairly certain I have at a few points thought that the percentage was actually 60-40. Actually, I don't even need to... Let me get this one right here. I Water Pulse you, and I Thunderbolt you. Because you have Lightning Rod, probably. No, you don't. You're gonna get zapped either way. Oh, well, you actually took that. But I have at one point or another thought that Attraction's percentages were 60% to not allow the attack. Like a somewhat superior confusion. Well, I can let these attacks go through again. Everything seemed to work out. Because there were a lot of times where I just thought that coin flip for Attraction was just not going my way, you know? Alright, Piloswine. Oh, that's Water Pulse, and I could actually Ice Beam that for neutral. Look at that. That Grumpig doesn't want to attack Togetic in the slightest. However, Raven thinks otherwise. Love is tough. Alright, and 43. Okay. I just noticed here, the levels of the Pokemon are finally into the mid-30s. So we've got a few levels jumped up here since I last noticed. Play with the cat! Yeah, every time Rena does a body slam, I'm just thinking it's just a cat that just wants to come up and play and just gonna jump all over you. Ooh, try doing Endure again, I dare you. Play with the cat! Okay. Well, that takes care of you. You can't have it. Give back the system lever. I won, so therefore it's mine. Right, but you just disappear, which is great. We get... Oh, that's Earthquake! Ooh. Can anyone learn it? That's the fun question. I don't think anyone on my team can. But it would be funny. Not able... Aha, my team is entirely unable to learn Earthquake. Say to adjust voltage, use the system lever. Warning, do not raise voltage too high. I'm going to raise it! Control machine has gone wild! And then, as we keep running away, more explosions! More explosions! Boom! And we fried the entire system. I think this is the same guy that was at, oh yeah, Smarton. What's going on? The production line stopped. The control computer's not responding. Oh, you're that punk from the SS Libra. You're behind this, aren't you? Oh no, what the blazes? The Shadow Pokemon production software's been deleted. Gorrigan gets furious if things don't go his way. He's gonna chew me out again. Alright, we'll get through this, and then it's the final boss of the area. Alright, Huntail Cacturn. I can manage this. Alright, so let's go Thunder Wave the Huntail, and we'll Ice Beam the Cacturn. I still remember a really funny story that has to do with Cacturn, and it's a memory that I'm never going to forget because this was just absolutely hilarious. So, there was a good friend of mine. He and I were just getting into... Well, I was somewhat into understanding competitive Pokemon at the time. So like actual like ever value training, breeding for proper Pokemon. Like I was starting to understand the mechanics a lot more. And he like me, when he saw just how strong my Pokemon were when I was doing that training, wanted to learn and understand that as well. So I was kind of teaching him how to do things. So I still remember he got a team ready to play, and I don't know what it was specifically for, like, allowing Pokemon, but I think it was like, I'll challenge you with my team, you can use whatever you want kind of deal. And he did have on his team a Mewtwo. And I was using kind of like first stage Sandstorm team. For reference, actually, this was Generation 4, so Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, in case I forgot to mention that. And so we get started with the fight, and there was, he brings out the Mewtwo, and I lead off with the Cacturn. Now, the Cacturn has an increased priority move in Generation 4 called Sucker Punch. So that's like quick attack, but it's a dark type move, so Cacturn gets a boost on it. But it only works if the opponent is doing an attack, which I'm fairly certain that Mewtwo knew only offensive moves, so that's what I went with. So went for the Sucker Punch on the Mewtwo. And it instantly KO'd it. Like, I was a fully trained Cacturn, so I had offenses aplenty, and I'm fairly certain that Mewtwo was just trained in whatever way it was. But I had high offenses on that Cacturn. It just walks over and then just like slams a cactus arm into that Mewtwo, and he and I both watched as the health bar just drained and went all the way to 0. It was not a critical hit, it was just a super effective Sucker Punch. And both of our mouths went into slackjaw. Mine from amazement, his in abject horror, as this Cacturn, like, you know, this Pokemon that's like all offense but nothing much otherwise, just slammed a Mewtwo out of nowhere. And I'm fairly certain for the rest of the day he hated me, but it was all in good fun. But like, that's one thing I love for anyone who's just getting into Pokemon. Oh, I think this is Shadow Arbok. But for anyone who's getting into Pokemon, when they don't just learn about the inner mechanics with like stat training and the individual value system, but when they witness how strong it is in comparison to just going through the game and leveling up your Pokemon. Because even I had a moment like that myself, and it was thanks to Pokemon XD, if I didn't already mention that. So actually, since I'm on the middle of that story, why don't I let you all know how that worked. So there's a post-game Coliseum in this, called the Ore Coliseum. And it's not like a standard Coliseum that you would have played throughout the game. This is an actual... It's like how they did... Oh, hey, Arbok was caught. Nice. It's like how they do a lot of the VGC tournaments, where it's you bring 6 Pokemon, but you pick 4. So that's how the setup of this Coliseum works. But the Pokemon that you face in it... Ooh, Meyer B, where are you? Are you in an easy-to-access location? I might go visit you. Wrong spot. So yeah, the Pokemon that you face in this Coliseum are... Oh, Relgam Tower. Ooh, I don't want to do that Coliseum. Meyer B gets to win for another day. So yeah, the Coliseum's, it's not just like great team compositions, like the best of the best Pokemon. Like it's got all of that. Like, it's meant to be a post-game, this is the absolute toughest challenge we'll throw at you kind of deal. So I went in there, like, I figured I got the 6 best Pokemon that I could for in-game, trained them up to, I think the minimum level was 60. Maybe even 100, I'm not sure, but I think 60. I went in there, and I got absolutely trashed on the first fight. And it was a stall team, so it was, like, not... it wasn't fast Pokemon, per se. But my team... Like, I had members of my team getting outsped by a Parasect. And they weren't, like slow Pokemon. They were, like, average speed tier kind of deal. But they were getting outsped by a Parasect and a Slowbro of all things. That was how terrible it was. So, like, at that point, I'm like, oh, there's no way I'm beating the Ore Coliseum. This is absolutely stupid. And I think I gave up at that point. But then I eventually did some research into, like, oh, what's like an easy way to beat the Coliseum, you know? Like, what's the best team you could get? And I found an article explaining how to do the effort value training and breeding for good Pokemon. So when I eventually resigned myself to, okay, let's do this. Let's figure out, like, actual team composition kind of deal. So then I went through the effort of breeding proper Pokemon to get good IV stats. I went through the effort of effort value training, so I found the right Pokemon. I battled them over and over and over, like I was persistent with it. And the first moment that I witnessed this was the case. I was training up a Zapdos that was a fresh catch from Fire Red. I went to a place where there was only Zubats. I think it's called Altering Cave. And that's you'll only find Zubats in there. So I'm like, okay, great. I'll KO 200-ish Zubats. That'll get me 200 effort points into speed, and like that'll be great. So then this whole time, Zapdos isn't gaining a single level because it's a level 50 going up against level 13s. It was a minimal experience. So then I eventually got that first level, and all my stats are going up like +1, +2, +2, +2, +3, plus whatever. And then speed, I gained +40 points. And it was at that point I realized, oh, okay, now I see what the good part of this is. Like, to have gotten 40 free points specifically into speed stat. Like, that was the light bulb went off moment. And I got, like, it clicked in my head. I figured it out. It's like, this is why you take the time to train your Pokemon. These are the stat points that you can gain from it if you take the proper time to do it. So then I got I got a full team ready to go, and then I went in there and I was getting it. I was starting to beat the teams. I had my hiccups here and there, but I was starting to defeat those like properly built teams, and I'm like, this is what I needed to see. Like, this is the proof that it works. And to this day, like, that's how I'm like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do to train a Pokemon properly. Like, I understand the inner mechanics now. So I always love when it's like, I love seeing it with other people, and it's that light bulb moment where it just clicks and you know what it is. So yeah, that's the hilarious story of how a Cacturne destroyed a Mewtwo. Anyway, speaking of destruction, we have just taken care of that control switch and opened the door. So now we can make our way inside. And look who's sitting over there all ready for us. It's Gorrigan.
Where are all my crew? You wiped them out? Every last one? Impossible. One kid took down all those shadow Pokemon we made? Ugh. And wrecking my factory, you smeared dirt all over my good name and standing.
Ah yes, this guy, we just call him the monkey.
You've done it now. I'm steaming mad, and there's no forgiving that. Ever. Be prepared to drop.
Yep, and he's just ready to fight. Lairon and Celio. Okay, let's begin. So if I remember, Gorrigan's strategy is bulky Pokemon with high power moves. So let's just start doing a few things. Aurora Beam. Yep, saw that one coming. Thank you for having high special defense. Good, we dodged that. Well, I don't see a need for light screen at the moment. Get my health back at least. And 4 times effective on the Lairon. Good hit. Just don't do... Okay, no attack drop. And you missed! Good. That would have actually hurt. Let's go... Do I want to... Yeah, let's take care of the Lairon. Okay, well that's one knockout. Slow King. Ooh, here we go. Now, I think if I remember between the Slow twins, Slow King is the specially defensive one. Slowbro is the physically defensive. Ursaring. Okay. Alright, so we're back to where we were. Let's do another Giga Drain. I'm going to gang up on the Slow King here. Probably won't knock it out, but we'll do some damage. Pretty close, though. I'm okay with that. And Water Pulse. Okay. Let's just do what we did before. I might actually attack the Ursaring here. Alright, so I'm expecting 2 Shadow Pokemon on you. I think I know who they are. Yep, Shadow Primeape. And then if I do remember, it's a Shadow Hypno that comes out after this. Bite. Oh, this is gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt a lot. Alright, in that case, I think we get some Thunder Waves going here and slow down that Primeape. So we'll get you to focus on the Ursaring, and we will do a Thunder Wave on the Primeape. This is gonna hurt. Thank goodness Togetic actually has defense. Now, I would love to try Sing on Primeape, but I'm fairly certain that Primeape has Vital Spirit, and that would prevent sleeping. Alright, let's go Giga Drain. I'll get some health back, and we'll Water Pulse just to give a little damage to that Primeape. Water Pulse! I would laugh if it got Confusion. That would be funny. Alright, something's biting the bullet here, I think. Yep. You done good, Rico. Alright, I need an Intimidator just in case. Alright, best bet. Flynn, you take care of the Ursaring, and I am going to try to capture this Primeape. Let's see how this goes. Oh, not this time. But we are going to take care of that Ursaring. 43, nice. Hypno, okay, I was right. Hypno. Now I am glad that because they're Shadow Pokemon, I don't have to worry about other moves. Oof. Okay, this is very clearly a move I have to be wary of. Okay, how do I play this? Let's go for Brick Break on the Primeape, and we gotta Thunder Wave that Hypno. If I live. Okay. Oh no, my Thunder Waver. This is turning out to be a bad thing. Janine, go. Okay, good. If there's going to be an opportunity to take out that Primeape, it's this one. I'm going to have to be cautious here. I've only got 2 Pokemon left. I might have to actually knock these Pokemon out to progress. Like, Hypno is not the most offensive Pokemon. I'd say statistically it's very average, but that Primeape is a problem. I think I'm actually going to have to knock it out to keep alive. So, Primeape, if you don't want to get knocked out, you're getting in this ball. I tried. But, no. Well, that's going to be another appearance from Meyer B. Provided I don't lose to this Hypno. Ooh, Shadow down. Yeah, now we're starting to see some new moves. That is defense down for both. That is a really effective Screech. Alright, best plan. Let's try Body Slam Paralysis. And maybe I get a Great Ball catch and get this Hypno. Ah, worth a shot. Okay. Oh, Shadow Storm incoming. Yeah, and that's the big thing too. Shadow moves are super effective against my entire team. Like, I have to be ready for this, because I'm going to be seeing Shadow Pokemon like crazy coming up here. Alright, hopefully. Nope. I got one more shot with Body Slam. Maybe a Paralysis? Nope. Okay, that could be very bad news. Oh, I'm alive. Good. Alright, well, Hypno gets one more chance. If not, then Body Slam's taking it out, because I need this to be a win. If I wasn't caring about Shadow Pokemon, this would be a completely different story. Gotcha! Okay. We don't have to worry about Hypno. We just have to recatch the Primeape later. But Gorrigan is defeated. Oh my God. Whew. That was close.
Ugh, that's it. You're not getting away with this. No way, no how, no ifs or buts. I'm not taking this. I'll blow up the factory with you in it.
Oh. Gorrigan. That is quite enough, except that you have lost.
Master Greevil!
We meet again. You do remember me, don't you? Yes, indeed. I am Mr. Virich, or perhaps I should say Greevil, the Grand Master of Cipher. I must say I am taken aback. I never once imagined that you would destroy our factory. But that's not important. Even though the mass output of Shadow Pokemon has ended, our plan itself is unharmed. We have already completed XD001's final tuning. It now rests with me.
The XD001? The ultimate Shadow Pokemon that's resistant to purification?
Now, I shall prepare our final plan to activate XD001. Do you honestly think you can stop me? I shall be at Cipher's HQ. It is on Citadark Isle off the coast of Gation Port. It is an impregnable fortress that repels all with cruel waves and thick clouds. No one can reach it. Come if you dare. I'll enjoy waiting for you.
Master Greevil has such a wicked sense of humor. No ordinary ship can get close enough to the rough seas, and even if you do manage to get on the island, the place will be swarming with trainers carrying the Shadow Pokemon I made. Even though there should be a lot more Shadow Pokemon. If XD001 didn't drop that ship in the desert, we wouldn't have taken so long tuning the Shadow Pokemon. But it doesn't matter. There's plenty of Shadow Pokemon to welcome you in style. How many are there? I can't tell you that. If I did, it'd floor you. It's just a matter of time before the world belongs to us. You better be ready for it.
So there's your plot twist of the game. Mr. Virich, list of manufactured shadows. Okay, good. Do I have the whole thing on this one? Let me have a look. Oops, wrong one. Shadow Monitor. The thing I have not used the whole time, which even tells you exactly where everyone is. But this is every Shadow Pokemon we've got left. As you can see, there's still a lot. But we've got some big names here coming up soon. So, there's your big plot twist of the game. So right in the beginning, we met Mr. Verk. Oh my goodness. I'm so tired from the fight, I can't even speak. So in the beginning of the game, that's where we met Mr. Verich, and he's just this strong-looking passerby, you don't know the whole story, shrouded in mystery. And then, surprise, he is the big evil the whole time. I'll ask this question genuinely. Was there anyone who saw that coming a mile away? Because admittedly, like, it's a plot twist in name, but I'm sure that there are people out there who I'm like, this guy's a villain. Like, this guy has to be the big bad. And everyone's ready to be purified. So, with that, we have gotten through the Cipher Key Lair, we've taken down Gorrigan, and now we have the location that we will fight Greevil, Cidadark Isle. Now, I'm gonna just get out here a little bit, just if there's a little bit more story, I think. We've been robbed! So yeah, everything is shut down now, like, the whole operation's gone. Darn it, give it back! Bring it back! What's going on? These two weird guys took off with a shadow Pokemon. One had, like, a mohawk, and the other had hair like a ball. Darn it, they made off with the last shadow Pokemon that came off the production line before it shut down. A guy with an afro and a guy with a mohawk, you say? Well, if I know my characters as well as I think I do, that was Meyer B and Posse, and they made off with the very, very last shadow Pokemon that we will find in the game. And I'll even show it here on the Shadow Monitor, because these are listed in the order that you should find them. As you can see, there's still a lot, but then we have the Lugia up here. But then, even after that, we've got Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno, Tauros, Rhydon, Exeggutor, and the final Pokemon, Shadow Dragonite. This is going to be the final Shadow Pokemon we will obtain in the game, and as you already heard from the name, it's in Meyer B's possession. But Meyer B will not use it from any random fight that we will locate trying to obtain other shadows. In fact, we have to obtain every other shadow before we even get a chance at this one. That's one of the things I want to do at the end of this game, is go for the Shadow Dragonite. But that is going to be in the post-game, and in order to get to the post-game, we need to continue the main adventure, but we will continue the main adventure on the next episode. We've certainly been going for quite a bit here. That fight with Gorrigan was certainly pretty intense. Didn't think I was going to go for that long, but we had to make some concessions with that Primeape, so we'll just have to catch Primeape at another point. Hopefully Meyer B will play nice, but we shall see how that'll go. But anyways, that'll be it for today. So, as I always say, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. Take care, stay safe, and have a good day.